mute. Okay. Today I am going to talk about an important topic related to research. That is a statistical tool which is used in research, and it is widely used. It's very useful for all the disciplines, whether it is marketing, finance, HR, so on and so forth, production, IT, and many other things. Okay, so let's understand before I go into what is regression, I will give small examples of regression. So with that, we will understand what we are going to talk about, what we are going to deal about. So there is an example here in front of you where there is a topic of research: advertisement amount spent and sales. Advertisement amount and sales. For example, when the company goes for an advertisement budget, for example, in the year 2018-19, a company spends 200 crores. The sales is like 2000 crores. In the next year, the companies make again spending some 250 crores. The sales of the company is some 2500 crores, so on and so forth. So we are trying to find out the relationship between the variables advertisement and sales. We are trying to find out the relationship between advertisement and sales on one side, and on the other side we can even predict sales if I know the advertisement amount. Again, I am repeating, I will able to calculate or determine or forecast sales based upon advertisement, okay, by using some statistical analysis on the variables which are available with me. Next one is, another example is, there is a company by name Bajaj Auto, for example. Now they want to find out what will happen to sales if I know the research amount spent, that is the amount of money spent in research and development, that is in R&D and advertisement. So if there are data which are there in the form of research amount spent, the amount of money spent on research, the amount of money spent on advertisement of that particular product, and what is the likely amount of sales which they can have with these given figures. Another example. So this is these two examples were, for example, this example was something related to marketing. This example is something related to marketing as well as production. This example can be taken for the sake of making understand the students what exactly we are talking about. Now, number of hours studied for examination and marks secured. Number of hours studied and marks secured. For example, there are 10. There is one student. For example, is X. Okay, he studied for 1 hour. He got 20 marks out of some 100 marks. He next semester he worked for 3 hours. He got 25 marks. In the fourth semester, he worked for 4 hours and he got 30 marks. And in the fifth semester, I am talking about engineering. I'm not talking MBA because MBA has only 4 semesters. In the fifth semester, he put 5 hours and he got 70 marks. And in the sixth semester, he put another 1 extra hour for his examination preparation. He got 80 marks. Now he is in the final semester. So assuming he's in the final semester, now he wants to say that if I work for 9 hours, if I spend 9 hours on preparation of examination, how many marks I will get? So with this example, I think now you are able to understand what I am going to talk about. What is that I am talking about? What is my intentions today? With this, we will understand what do you mean by regression? What do you mean by linear regression? What do you mean by correlation? Okay. So here we have number of hours. We have number of hours prepared for the examination and marks. This is another example. Next, we will take another example. Another example is now another example I am taking. The another example is number of hours worked or prepared for the examination and number of hours slept and marks secured. So here Again, the same example, but I am adding one more variable. This is a variable because number of hours you can keep on changing. The number of hours you have worked you can change. The number of hours you have slept you can change, and based upon this, the marks also will change probably. Now, please remember, number of hours is in number. Number of hours is in number. Number of hours spent also will be in number, and number of marks secured also is in number. So please remember, a simple regression can be done on the basis if all the variables are numerical in nature. In SPSS, we don't use the word numerical. It is either scale or interval. Okay. Next one. Now, next one is another example I got with this. This example is for those guys who are from marketing. So marketing people will be able to relate this example, relate with this example. I will just explain. I will remove the annotations meanwhile. Okay, annotations clear. Now, commission paid to the salesperson and sales achieved. For example, Mr. Suresh is there. Suresh is there, and he has been given a commission of 10,000 rupees. So, if he is given 10,000 rupees commission, his sales is 1 lakh rupees. He is able to achieve a target of 1 lakh rupees. If he is given some, for example, I will convert it into percentage. If he is given 20% commission on one unit, he will sell 2 lakh rupees. And another example is, if he is given 30% commission on the selling price, and he will be highly motivated, and he will do 4 lakhs sale for the company's product. If he is given 40% commission on the selling price, he will be highly motivated, and he may sell some 10 lakh rupees. So this is one variable and this is one variable. If I keep on changing, there is a change in the other variable. Now, if the company wants to see that from this fellow, they want to have a target achieved to be achieved rupees 20 lakh rupees. So what commission should the company structure for him so that he will be able to sell 20 lakh rupees? So regression will help us to find out all these things. Another example I will take. Now probably I will take one example for finance people. For example, there are some finance people in the audience, in the participation. Now another example is your profit of the company and market price. For example, there is a company by name Hero Honda. Hero Honda is there. The profit is 2 crores, and the market price of the share in the stock market is 200 rupees for the first year. Second year, the profit has increased to 5 crores, and the other things remaining constant, the market price of the share has become 500 rupees. Another example is the company's profitability for the third year has increased to 10 crores. Now the market price has increased to, the market price of the stock or the share in the stock market has increased to 700 rupees. Now another year they made a profit of 15 crores and the stock price has become 750 rupees. Now they will ask, if the market, if the company's profit in the subsequent year or the forthcoming year is, for example, 25 crores projected or forecasted, 25 crores rupees crores, then what will happen to the selling price? So it's a very beautiful concept, I will call it. By doing some mathematical applying mathematical and statistical calculations, we can find out this particular figure based upon the previous figures. Okay, hope you have understood the basic concept, or you have understood what I am talking about. Another example is there. Okay, next one is another example I am giving. This example is in agriculture or agriculture management. This example is like this: the amount of rainfall and the amount of rainfall in millimeters or centimeters or whatever you call it, this is the unit, and the crop per acre. Okay, for example, we all very well know that if there is less amount of rainfall, there is less amount of production of crop. So for example, in a particular area, for example in Maharashtra, we have observed that, for example, I am talking, if it is 10 mm of rainfall which we have witnessed in a particular monsoon season, and the output is 200 on per acre 200 quintals of rice, quintals of rice. In the next year, this is in 2001. 2002, the rainfall is 12 mm. Now the production of rice for the acre is 250 quintals for the second year, so on and so forth. In the 8th year, there is no rainfall. Still, they have produced 100 quintals of rice. In 2020, 19, sorry, the rainfall was 20, and they were able to produce some 500 quintals of rice per hectare. Now, in this year, we are assuming that there is a normal rainfall, and there is an expectation that 25 mm is going to be the rainfall. Then what will be the likely production? So this is possible by applying something called as regression. Okay, I will just remove the annotations, and I will go to the second problem, second example, another example. The another example in front of you is, now see, rainfall alone can't determine the amount of production of a crop per hectare or per acre. But in addition, there should be something like fertilizer used. For example, the rainfall was 1 mm, 10 mm, and fertilizer like nitric acid or some ammonium acid, so on and so forth, they have used some 10 kilos, and the output for that year was 200. Another year they observed that the rainfall is 15 and the fertilizer was 13 and the output was 250, so on and so forth. Now, what is the difference between the previous one and this one? The previous one, there was only one particular variable which was determining this variable. But what did I do? I added one more variable. So these two variables put together is affecting the production of crop. So the previous example was only one variable affecting another variable, one variable affecting the another variable, whereas in this case I am taking two variables affecting the outcome variable, two variables. So in your study for your SIP, you can use this kind of models, and we will see how a model can be developed. So you can use three variables and its effect on the outcome variable, four variables and its outcome on the predictor variable, or so on and so forth. Okay, so in this case, today I am going to talk about linear regression, means only one variable I am taking into account and its effect on the output variable. Okay, next one. Now, so in this case, what we have observed, please remember, we have observed that there is one dependent variable and there is on the other side one or more dependent or predictor variables. Now, what is a predictor variable? Now, your question is, what is a predictor variable? Predictor variable is, for example, your rainfall. Rainfall will predict the output per acre. So this is the predictor variable. This is the dependent variable. The output per acre of land is the dependent variable, because please remember, dependent variable means that this variable outcome is dependent upon the other variable. So your crop per acre or hectare is dependent on rainfall or urea used or land fertility. So the outcome variable is called as the dependent variable, and these are the manipulated variables. We are going to manipulate. We are going to change the rainfall, the amount of rainfall, the amount of fertilizer used. So these are called as manipulator variables or independent variables, or this is also called as exogenous variables. This is the output is called as endogenous variable or dependent variable. Okay, next one. So what is this technique? So this technique, this particular regression, what we are going to talk about, or what we have already started talking about, is called as, it is a prediction or forecasting technique which is used in experimentation or in case of our applied, which this is applied in social research. Social research. Okay, so it is a prediction technique. For example, in our syllabus, in our specialization, there is called as business analytics, and one of the functions of business analytics is prediction. You have to predict. So in this case, one of the tools to predict is a statistical tool called as regression. Now, with this background of our theory, let's do a small problem, and then we will understand what we are talking about. Okay. Now I have taken a small example. Now you can ask me, sir, how does this model look like? The model looks like this. The model look like this. What is this model? The model is, I will give in simple terms. I will not give you some complicated nomenclature or analogy, and you will then tell, sir, this is very difficult. Simple. Y is equal to a plus bx. You can just remember y is equal to a plus bx. Now you can ask me what is a, what is b, what is x, and what is y. Y is the dependent variable. Y is the dependent variable. X is the independent variable. And this is called as constant, or this is called as intercept. This is called as intercept. A is called as intercept. I have written all this in the next slide, but and B is called as the coefficient. B is called as the coefficient. B is called as the coefficient. I will not explain all this because in the first class explaining this one is a little bit risky. I will just skip this slide. But I have written in simple terms what I am talking about. So this is the way I am expanding this particular equation. The equation is, now the previous equation was only one independent variable. Now in this case, I have already told that you can add so many independent variables, and you can manipulate the independent variables and then find out what is its impact on the dependent variable. For example, I told the example of marks, number of hours you studied, number of hours you slept, number of books you referred. So x1, x2, x3, so on and so forth are the ones which are independent variables, which are going to affect the dependent variable, which is y. Okay, so y is the marks, x1 is the number of hours you have studied, x2 is the number of hours you have slept, x3 is the number of books you have referred, x4 is the number of hours you have sat for the exam, sat in the classroom. XY is number of assignments you have submitted. X6 is number of assignments you have submitted, or examination you have prepared for. So all this will influence your marks, because these are the ones which will influence. Okay. Now, so this is, if you look the words which are there, I have expanded. Y is called as a dependent variable. Y is called as the dependent variable. Y is called as a dependent variable because the dependent variable is dependent on the independent variables, which I have just now explained. Okay. Y is the dependent variable. X1, X2, X3 are independent variables. X1, X2, X3, so on and so forth, up to Xn are the independent variables. B0 is the intercept, or which is also called as constant. Now you will ask me, what is this? What is this? For example, intercept is, for example, if you work for 1 hour, you will get 20 marks. For example, if you study for 2 hours, you will get 25 marks. If you work for 3 hours, you will get 26 marks. Now, assuming that you don't work, you have not worked for a single hour, you are not prepared for a single hour, but still, if it is a multiple choice question, तुक्का लगा के 4 मार्क तो आ ही जाएगा ना, तो उसको बोलते हैं constant. When this is the independent variable, and this is the dependent variable. This is the independent variable. This is the independent variable. This is the dependent variable. 1 घंटा काम किया 20 मार्क आया, 2 घंटे पढ़ाई किया 25 मार्क आएगा. Despite the fact that you have not studied for an hour or a minute, still you are getting 4 marks because तुमने तुक्का लगाया. So this is called as constant. And now, so I have this, you got constants. Now you will go and will understand B1, B2, B3. So look here, B1, B2, B3, so on and so forth, Bn. Now, what is this? These are the coefficients. For example, there is a formula for finding out the intercept and coefficient, which I am going to show if your time permits. For example, I work for 1 hour, I got 20 marks. So if I work for 2 hours, I got 25 marks. Now what has happened? I have put some extra effort. I have put for an extra 1 hour effort, and there is a change. And there is a change. This change in Y because of change in X is called as coefficient of X on Y. There is a change in the number of hours, and because of this, there is change in the dependent variable. The change is called as the coefficient. For example, there is a formula for this. Here I can't apply, and I will show you if time permits. So this coefficient is nothing but the change in Y because of a change in X. And in this case, the change in number of hours worked, for example, 1 hour is the difference, and I got 5 marks. So this is called as the coefficient. Next one. There is a formula. Okay, we'll show this. Now, this is the problem in front of us today. The problem goes like this. I will just remove the annotations and then we'll start. The problem is like this. The problem is I was taken 2 variables only. One is the dependent variable and one is the independent variable. Please remember, independent variable is always given the name or alphabet Y, and the dependent variable is shown by X. Okay, dependent variables are X1, X2, X3, X4, whereas there will be only one dependent variable Y. Now your question is why? Okay, now I am going to draw a graph of advertisement. What is happening to advertisement? And because of this, if the company is increasing the advertisement, what is happening to the sales? So 100 था तो इसका 10,000 का सेल था, 200 हो गया तो 20,000 का सेल है, 300 हो गया तो 30,000 का सेल हुआ. The amount spent on advertisement is 400 crores, and now the sales is 4,000 crores. The amount spent on ad is 500 crores. The sales is 50,000 crores. Sorry. So advertisement is on X-axis and sales is on Y-axis. And now if I connect all these dots, the dots are going like this. So this is called as line, and that's the reason we call it as a linear. It's called as a linear, means it is a line. It is upward sloping, going upward. As this is increasing, this is also increasing. So it is going upward. So this is a positive relationship. There is a positive relationship between advertisement and sales. Whereas if it is like this, if it comes like this, means there is a negative relationship. Today I am not going to talk about correlation, because in correlation we talk about negative relationship or opposite relationship or positive relationship or no relationship or spurious relationship, so on and so forth. So I think with this you understood why it should be Y and why it should be X. Next one. Now my simple question to one of the participants or students who is there in the class in this particular online. So 100 जब था, ये 10,000 था, ये 200 हो गया. अभी कंपनी ने 200 करोड़ का सेल्स एडवर्टाइजमेंट का खर्चा हुआ. Then they made a sales. The company made a sales of 20,000 crores. They spent 300 crores on advertisement. The company could make a sales of 30,000 crores. Or when the company has in the next year they have spent 400 crores and the company has generated a sales of 40,000 crores. In the 5th year, the company has spent the amount of 500 crores on advertisement, and the company registered in 2019-20 a sales of 50,000 crores. Now these people, the corporate people, are very greedy, and they are very they want to progress. Now the management is telling that next year I want 60,000 crores of sales. Now tell me how much I should spend on advertisement, or vice versa. If I spend or have a budget of 600 crores on advertisement, if I spend 600 crores on advertisement, what will happen to my sales? What is the amount of sales which I am going to register? So advertisement is affecting sales. So this is the independent variable and this is the dependent variable. And with this example, now let's understand how to calculate when I am spending 600 crores, what is the amount of sales I am going to generate. But if you look at the figures, simple, you will tell, sir, what is the need for you to calculate? I will tell that if you spend 600 crores, naturally the company is going to register a sales of 60,000 crores by looking at the difference between each year's sales and each year's advertisement. Look at the difference. From this difference, you will come to understand that if you spend 100 crores extra, there is a 10,000 crores increase on the advertisement. So if you increase the advertisement by 100 crores, your sales is going to increase by 10,000 crores. So naturally, you will tell that, sir, if you spend 600 crores on advertisement, your amount spent because of advertisement, the sales will be 60,000 crores. But if the figures are not like this, they are, for example, 50 years figures are there, or the figures are some 100 figures on of the dependent variable and independent variable. Can you calculate manually? It's not possible. So what I will do, I will run it on this particular data I have taken on Excel, and I will run and I will show you the results, and the results you can look for yourself. Okay. So hope you are able to see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now these figures I have put it on Excel, and I am going to do the manipulations. So please remember y-axis, on y we have taken sales, and x it is dependent variable, which is independent variable. Sorry, here it is independent variable. Okay. So the advertisement is independent variable, sales is the dependent variable. With this given data, I have to find out if I spend 600, what is, if I spend 600 crores, what will happen to my sales? If I spend 600 crores on advertisement, what is my sales amount for the next year? So what I have to do, I will go to, now I think you are able to look at the screen and look at the screen and go and look at the data analysis. You have to look at the data analysis and click on data analysis, and you will get a box like this, a menu box, you may call it in IT, a box like this, and you can scroll down and you will get something called as regression. Able to see? Please respond. Able to see? You got regression here. Able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then regression को click करो और इधर जाके OK बोलो. इधर जाके OK बोलो. And what you have to do, I will remove the annotations because these are causing. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to put the y variables in y box here and x variables in the x box. So what is our y variable? The sales. So I will drag the sales like this, and you will.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Sir, सर डेटा एनालिसिस जो ऑप्शन है सर बाय डिफॉल्ट नहीं आता है ना, उनको सिर्फ बता दीजिए कि कहाँ से देखेंगे तो डेटा एनालिसिस का ऑप्शन दिखेगा.
मैडम एक्चुअल में ना, मैं ये इसके लिए 2 मिनट का बाद में मैं लास्ट में बताऊंगा, कि मतलब ये मेरे को कंप्लीट करना है, कंप्लीट करना है उसके बाद में. ओके, आई विल शो देम. सो यू विल गेट डेटा एनालिसिस. आई विल प्रिपेयर अ वीडियो ऑन हाउ टू get the option of data analysis. Don't worry, I will help you out. So here you get to, you are able to see input y range. So drag this y range from sales to 50,000. So you have taken it. Then on the second one, input x range, take from advertisement to 500 because your advertisement is your y variable. Then click labels because this labels, your sales and advertisement is your label and you have selected it. So you take that one also. Please take that one also. Then go to output. Now the computer or the Excel is automatically calculating the output, the result, and you want the result where. So for that reason you will be asked output range. Output range बोले तो कौन से range में आपको output चाहिए, कहाँ चाहिए. So I will click here and I will put my cursor on D1 के पास रखा है, and then I will click OK. Then I will click OK. So you will get an output like this. you will get a output like this. So this output, I have shown it in my PPT. I will go back to my PPT now. I will go back to my PPT. Hope I will get my PPT. Okay, PPT I will show you. Okay, so this is my PPT and I'm sharing this one, new share. Hope you are able to see this. Okay, so this is my PPT and you are able to see this. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is the output which you have got, which I have taken from Excel to my PPT. And you please remember 1, 2, 3, 4 are the things which I am going to deal today. So these two things are very important, but because of time constraint, I will not be able to take. But I can explain that this is converted into one is 100%. One is 100%. Now there is a formula for this. It will take at least 15-20 minutes, but I will not. We will not calculate here. But in the next class, whenever I am getting a scope for you to scope for me to teach you. So this 1 is equal to 100%. It means what? The independent variable is able to explain the dependent variable to the extent of 100%. Please remember, the variance in the dependent variable is explained by the independent variable to the extent of 100%. So it's a very, very good model, very, very good model, very, very good model. Now you had a formula y is equal to a plus bx, you remember. So y is the sales. So we are going to determine this. This is the coefficient. This is the constant or intercept, which is minus 3.4 infinity 0 minus. This is nothing but 0. This is nothing but if this is 0, because minus 0.000 up to 12 zeros and then you get 3 is nothing but 0. And plus, you look at this figure, very, very important. This is the B coefficient, which is 100, and then X, and then X. So Y is equal to A is 0 plus B is 100, B is 100 into X, B is 100 into X. So I will write once again, Y is equal to A is equal to 0 plus B is equal to 100, and just keep your X. Now this is the equation, this is the model. I have written this model in the next slide. You can see this. So this is the model. I think you are able to see the model. I will clear all the annotations. Now Y is equal to A plus BX, that is sales. A is constant, B is coefficient or slope, and X is advertisement. So what I did, I plugged the figures. Sales कितना रहेगा? जब ये तो 0 है, पता लगाया है. स्लोप मैंने पता लगाया कि ये 100 है, और एडवर्टाइजमेंट मैंने पता लगाया कि मैं नेक्स्ट ईयर 600 करोड़ स्पेंड करने वाला हूं. 0 plus 100 into 600 is equal to 0 plus 60,000 is equal to 60,000 crores. 60,000 crores. Now this is the answer. So this is the answer. Now what is coefficient? What is this coefficient? Okay. For example, now I wrote here the advertisement was 100 crores, 200 crores, and 300 crores, and my sales was 10,000 crores, 20,000 crores, like this. So it was the starting point was 0 को 0 रहेगा, इधर आया, फिर इधर आया, फिर इधर ऐसा लाइन गया. Now, so what is happening? There is a change from 100 to 200 of advertisement. But what has happened? What has happened to my sales? The sales has changed from here to here. So this is called as slope. This area, this is called as slope. This slope is called as 600 crores, 100. Sorry. So this is the. Please remember, this is the introductory understanding of regression. This is the introductory understanding of regression, and regression, it's a very big concept. We have multiple regression. We have a logistic regression. We have a canonical regression, and many other regressions. And regression is a very big topic to be dealt. Now you can ask for any questions, and I will surely able to help you out.